Hello? Thank you.
All right. Thank
Starting
you.
over.
Starting over. Welcome to Where's the Fire? And so we will talk about our solution for a problem that is being experienced probably all over the country, but we focused in our area. So in Minnesota, there are nearly 2,000 townships. There is, and every time there's a false fire call, it costs the fire department at least $1,000 to bring folks together and to respond to that. If each of the townships has just one false call a year, their collective, there's a hit to their collective budget, nearly $2 million. And assuming that the calls for permitted fires are 25, even 25% of the false calls, they could, that could save, if we could figure something out to do with that, we could save them nearly $500,000 collectively, of course. So anytime, in a time where there's shortfalls, where there's fire departments that are cutting back staff or moving to volunteer only, this might be, we might have a good solution for saving some cost. So fire chiefs and other first responders don't have ready access to information about permit fires. That was a concern that we were able to confirm thanks to Jean, talking with the fire chief in Spicer. And also the burn activation process, the process that someone who wants to burn something has to go through. They have to get a permit, and every time they want to burn, they need to activate that permit in the 24-hour period that they'll be burning. So it's a bit cumbersome. It's online, but there's paper that they'd like you to have and write things down on and things like that. So the solution that we saw is a free app that enables permittees to activate permits. And the permits are a year long. That's what the DNR provides now, and the activation is offered by the DNR, and that's something that they support now. And so we felt like it'd be a good solution to have an app that pushes the activation data, enables the permitter to activate from the app, and pushes the activation data to fire departments. And so we looked at a free app, an app that's funded by advertising, that anyone can download, and it just requires the existing infrastructure of the DNR username and password. All right, so we have mock-ups of the app, and basically the first page we talked about having just a username and password that's existing for the DNR now, and it would look something like this. So it's a single app for permittees and fire chiefs to use, utilizing their credentials, and they use the app to activate. The users use the app to activate, and the fire chiefs and the fire department uses the app to see who's activated, so they can make those kinds of decisions. And so it would be something like this. So if I have a fire permit, I log in, and it keeps my login information, and the app would display my permit number and the activation number, because those two numbers are assigned and required, and if you're burning, you have to have that information available with you when you're doing it. Or if you haven't activated, you would see the permit number and have the option to activate. Do you want to add anything? You guys jump in? Okay. Sorry, I'll just roll it along. If you say, I want to activate, as a permittee, you would get a screen that says, hey, okay, we'll help you activate. Just some reminders that you need to be burning only brush. You can't burn, electronics. You can't burn things like that. And so you would actually have a link within each one that would link you to what you can do with electronics and what you can do with, like, you can't burn paper, FYI. And it would link you to what you can do with paper, like recycle it, and things like that. And then you also would have a link through where you could check the weather, because it matters what the weather is going to be like, if the winds are high or something like that. So from here you would activate, or you would cancel. Canceling would just take you back to that main screen, right, where you just see your permit number. If you choose to activate, you'd go to Where's the Fire, and you get this activation code. It would show you that, just that home screen, right, with that activation code. Or it would say, you can't because there's a burn ban in effect, and no one can have a fire today. And so, clearly, it's pretty straightforward. We wanted to keep it really simple, and that is definitely the team coming together with coming from some kind of grand idea to something that was really manageable and doable. The other piece, the piece that would be a little bit more of a challenge because it relies on existing information, but not there may or may not be existing infrastructure, but is the view that the fire chiefs would have, which would be they could get pushed a list of who's activated, so just like a list that's like, here's all Keith's information, go visit Keith later. They could go visit Keith. They'd have Keith's information, and then they'd have information on a map that kind of says, and this is where this person is. But as well, we thought it would be great for them to have a view of all the activated permits in the area, and with a list so they could scroll down and maybe click on it and then pull up this same information.